Hi everyone, Ryan from Fight Game Analysis here, and today we are going to be doing an analysis and prediction on Suga Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. But before we dive into that, if you've been enjoying the content, please go ahead and like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate your support. All right, so we got a matchup here of two just super hot streaking prospects in Suga Sean O'Malley and Marlon Chito Vera. Both of these guys are young. Both of these guys have been putting up some really impressive wins. You got Sean O'Malley out there with the social media following through the roof, and they are just going to get in there, lock in the cage, and clash this coming Saturday in Vegas. Right away, when I look at this fight, the strengths of these guys jump out to me. They're both really impressive fighters. So we look at Chito. He has got a strong kicking game, man. His kicks are good. They are crisp. He can put them all over. He can deliver them from distance. Kicking game strong. He's got some good punches. I like the way he'll put his punches together when he comes forward. He can get some nice combos going. And I also like the way he can deliver. He can use his punches and deliver single shots as counters. He'll lean back a little bit and he can fire something off if a guy's coming forward a little bit too much, getting a little bit too aggressive. Chito's got a little bit of length to him, so it kind of helps out when he uses that technique. He's also a really aggressive fighter. He does not believe in taking a backward step when he's in there, right? So he just keeps cranking it up as the rounds go. He's not necessarily what I would refer to as a slow starter, but he definitely finishes strong. And he likes to come forward. He comes in and he applies that pressure and he keeps going. He's got a really strong clinch game, likes to get inside the clinch and work. He gets really good head and arm position. Now, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt from 10th Planet. And you can tell that he uses some of that same technique in his stand-up when he's in the clinch. He locks up on the head and the arm really well. He'll separate his hips and he can get some really good leverage. He throws on knees in that clinch. He throws really strong, good knees inside the clinch. And he has a few little trips and takedowns that he uses from there as well to get to his bread and butter, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's got some nasty grappling. When he gets guys down, strangles, taking the back, arm bars. I saw him almost get an arm crush on a guy. He's got a really versatile, aggressive, offensive game off of his back. All that being said, he's also got a few weaknesses. Right? I think he's a little bit stiff. When he's standing up, when he's in the striking game, he stands up a little bit too tall. He's a little bit too stiff, keeps his chin up a little bit too high. He also fights a little bit too much in straight lines. He's aggressive and he comes forward and he'll cut the octagon off, actually. He does that well. However, when he comes in and out, whether it's offensively or whether it's defensively, he moves a little bit too much in straight lines. Keeps his head on the center line, doesn't throw off and vary that attack enough. Now, you combine that with the stiffness, you combine that with the chin being a little bit too high, and you go up against a striker, the likes of which Sean O'Malley is, now that could be a tough one. So then we turn around, we look at Sean O'Malley. Super crisp striking, incredibly fast, light on his feet, bounces around, switches stances, great kicks, legit just leave you stone cold, knockout power in the right hand, great understanding of distance, knows how to get in, close the gap quickly, get back out. Really long for the division, even longer than Chito, a guy who's used to having the reach advantage over most of his opponents. So you think about it, man, this is going to be a barn burner, right? This has the chance to be absolute fireworks. So how's it going to look when they match up? Right? What's it going to look like when these two guys lock in and meet in the Octagon on Saturday? I think it's going to be on fire right from the beginning. I think Sean O'Malley is going to allow Chito to come forward. Chito's going to be the aggressor. He's going to immediately start to move. He's going to start to come forward. He's going to try to throw some of those kicks. O'Malley is comfortable backing up, being on the balls of his feet, light, bouncing around. It'll start out like that. Chito's throwing out the jab and everything. O'Malley's moving a little. But O'Malley is going to act quick. He said in some interviews that he's a fast starter. He said in some interviews that he thinks Chito's a slow starter and it's going to allow him to rack up another first-round knockout. A lot of times you hear fighters say things that are hype. I think he's going to act on it. I don't necessarily think he's going to get it, but I think he's going to act that way. O'Malley immediately start to use a lot of his feints. Loves feinting with his hands, loves feinting with his hips. As we see Chito coming forward, O'Malley's going to be using a lot of those feints to throw off his timing, and he's going to be aggressive. He's going to work the jab out there. He's going to work his kicks out there. He's going to work angles as he's coming forward and as he's coming backward, countering. And that footwork of his is absolutely beautiful. It sets up everything he does. And the thing about Chito is when you come forward in straight lines, or whether you're moving back in straight lines as well, you're predictable. And when you're predictable to a guy who has the type of skill set that O'Malley has, it's just a matter of time, you know? And Chito's good, but Chito also doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that just stretch you out type power, right? That kind of power that you have to respect, that kind of power that makes guys change their game plan because they're scared of getting touched with it. Now, that's the kind O'Malley has, but that's not the kind Chito has. So he's got predictable movements, and he doesn't have enough power to like really truly scare you. So I think O'Malley works those angles. I think he sets up that right hand, and I think he lands some absolute bombs. Now, does he get him out of there? I don't know. I'll tell you what, man, Chito is tough. You look at his last fight, he moved up a weight class. He was fighting Song Yadong, who has some real true power himself, and he was cracking Chito with some shots, man. And Chito was there for the whole thing. Ended up losing the fight by decision. This one's a weight class lower. Typically, you think the smaller guys don't have as much power. You know, that being said, O'Malley he's got that crazy power. He's got that power that stands out even amongst professional fighters, right? That what Firas Zahabi refers to as the touch of death when he lands that left hand. So I don't know if he'll get Chito out of there, but I think he's going to land it. I think he's going to land it good. He'll land it clean. I think his footwork's going to set everything up beautifully. I see O'Malley coming out with the win on this one. I see him looking good when he doesn't. Got a line out there right now of about neg 310, neg 315, something like that. It's a pretty tight line because Chito's such a live dog. That being said, you could definitely take advantage of this one a little bit. There's a little bit of value to be had there. Jump on it if you want. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You've got guys out there like Henry Cejudo saying that O'Malley's not going to make it past Chito. What do you think? I mean, do you think he's just a little bit too much of the hype train here? Do you think Chito can pull this one out? He's got a little bit more experience, a little bit more savvy as a veteran. Or do you think this is just another stop in the Sugar Show and he just continues to shine? Also, if you guys have been enjoying the content, please go ahead and like this video and also subscribe to the channel. It means a lot.